Good day, lads and lasses. I hope ye are doing well these fine days. Today's subject is on Benedict Arnold. If you have not heard of Benedict Arnold, he was an American general in the American Revolution that turned coat later in the war. But that will be a later subject. Today, we will be going up to the year 1776. Benedict Arnold was born in New Haven, Connecticut, 1741, in the middle of a very harsh winter. It was the harshest winter people in New Haven had ever seen. So, no one thought that Benedict would survive the winter. But, surprising everyone, he did. Let's fast forward a few years to 1770. Benedict Arnold is now a flourishing trading merchant, both out of country and in his local city. He's just heard of the recent Boston massacre and has also begun riots. He does not like what King George is doing, and so he's become a smuggler. He smuggled goods in and out of New Haven, and as he did, he put a new tax on his name. Let's fast forward another couple years to 1775. Benedict Arnold is now signing up, and he's bringing men with him, hopefully, is what he thought. He went, got his ammunition, got his orders, and set out for Fort Ticonderoga in New Hampshire. That was his order, to attack Fort Ticonderoga in New Hampshire and to get it safely into American hands. But about a few miles into his trip, he heard that some other general had decided to step up in front of him and go to Fort Ticonderoga. This person's name was Ethan Allen. Ethan Allen was the leader of a group of boys called the Green Mountain Boys. They were a slightly fiercer group than Indians, I say. What they do, I will not say, because 'twas a little harsh. But they were very gruesome, let's say. Anyway, Ethan Allen had already planned on attacking Fort Ticonderoga. His plan was to take them totally by surprise and earn the fort and the name for himself. As he planned this, though, he probably didn't consider that someone else was probably already doing this. As I was saying, however, Arnold, once he found that out, decided to go pay a visit to these mountain boys. Well, he found Ethan Allen and they stared each other down for about a couple of minutes. And then Arnold presented his orders out to Ethan. Ethan stared at them for a moment, and the other mountain boys started laughing at the prospect of Arnold getting to lead them. Ethan Allen told Benedict that he was the only one who led the Green Mountain Boys. But at the end, they both agreed to share leadership. In the wee hours of the morning, they pulled out and began rowing. It was dawning by the time they reached Fort Ticonderoga. A soldier was guarding the gate, but he was asleep. They crept up, and he woke up, fired a shot at them, and then turned and ran into the fort. They instantly ran inside and looked for the main officer. Meanwhile, a British officer was woken up by all the commotion. He wondered why there was such commotion. He quickly got dressed, and just then he heard pounds on his room door. He opened it and asked what Ethan wanted. Ethan told the man to surrender the fort, and of course, the poor officer, only just groggy, wasn't making sense. His commanding officer, however, took control of the situation and surrendered. It took less than 10 minutes for the Green Mountain Boys and Arnold to capture Fort Ticonderoga. Let's move on. Benedict Arnold was right then in control of the fort, as well as Ethan. He also captured a couple boats, and with that, he also made other men jealous, I assume, because Ethan Allen wanted to be in control of the lake that was right by Fort Ticonderoga. The lake's name was Lake Champlain, and it was a very large one. It hosted a rather large island of 2 miles long. Anyway, Arnold took charge and instantly began taking forts and ships. The hardest fort to get was called Fort St. John's. It was a large fort and a very, very, very long battle. But Arnold got it. With it, he got a rather large ship. By then, the British had heard that all the nice forts and ships on Lake Champlain were being taken by this rather, let's say, let's call him brusque officer. He was taking all the forts and all the ships and leaving them with nothing. The British commended Officer Guy Carleton to go take back the lake. It was a long and gruesome battle that happened, and it was on a ship, but it ended in Sir Carleton getting the lake. It was a rather long trek for Arnold as he left the lake, but I guess it was that way for him, I should add. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Good day.